What if I told you that everything you've been taught about money is a lie? That saving alone won't make you rich? That working harder doesn't guarantee wealth? And that most of the financial advice you've heard is designed to keep you broke, or at best, average? You see, real wealth isn't handed down. It's built, often from nothing, by those who learn the truth early enough. And no, it's not about winning the lottery, going viral, or being born into the right family. It's about understanding the untold rules. The rules the wealthy live by quietly, while the rest of the world is stuck playing a losing game. Today, I'm going to walk you through how real people with no head starts, no rich parents, and no financial degrees, have built lasting wealth from zero. Stick with me, because once you hear this truth, you'll never look at money the same way again. Let's be honest, most people are surviving, not thriving. Living paycheck to paycheck, constantly worrying about bills, feeling stuck in a job they hate, and wondering if financial freedom is even possible anymore. And the worst part? It's not entirely their fault. They've been fed a broken system. Go to school, get good grades, land a stable job, save a little, and maybe, just maybe, retire at 65 if nothing goes wrong. That's the plan society hands you. But that plan? It's outdated. It was designed for a world that no longer exists. Today, wages barely keep up with inflation. The cost of living rises faster than most can manage. And while the rich keep getting richer, the rest are drowning in debt, stuck renting and hoping for a miracle. But here's the untold truth. Wealth can still be built. From scratch, even today. Not with luck, not with shortcuts, but by changing how you think, act, and use your time and money differently than 99% of people. This isn't just about making money, it's about understanding money. It's about mindset, discipline, leverage, and choices. And it's about unlearning everything that's holding you back. So if you've ever felt behind, if you've ever felt like you were meant for more but didn't know where to start, this is your blueprint. This is how you build wealth from nothing. Step 1. Shift your mindset from scarcity to abundance. Most people trying to build wealth from nothing fail before they even begin, and not because of a lack of money, but because of a lack of belief. You see, wealth doesn't start in your bank account. It starts in your mind. And the very first thing you need to change is your relationship with money. If you've ever caught yourself saying things like, "I'll never be rich," or "money doesn't grow on trees," or "I'm just not lucky like them," you're already operating from a scarcity mindset. That mindset is poisonous. It convinces you that money is rare, that opportunities are limited, and that wealth is for other people, not you. And as long as that belief system runs your life, every financial move you make will be made from fear, not power. So how do you shift to an abundance mindset when you're broke? You start by realizing that wealth isn't a fixed pie. The rich getting richer doesn't mean there's less for you. Wealth is created, not given. New businesses are born every day. New ideas generate income streams. And in today's digital world, access to knowledge and opportunity is more equal than ever, if you're willing to use it. Abundance is believing that you can learn, earn, and grow no matter where you start. It's seeing every setback as feedback, not failure. It's understanding that even if you're currently broke, you're not broken. It's believing that your value isn't defined by your paycheck, but by your potential, your habits, and your ability to execute consistently over time. People who build wealth from nothing tend to have one thing in common. They train themselves to focus on possibilities, not problems. They ask, "How can I afford this?" Instead of saying, "I can't afford this." They ask, "What skill can I learn to increase my income?" Instead of saying, "I'll always be underpaid." That one mental shift from scarcity to abundance opens doors. It forces your brain to look for solutions, for opportunities, for leverage. And in a world overflowing with problems, those who solve them get paid. You need to remind yourself constantly, you are not your current bank balance, you are not your job title, you are not your past. If you keep feeding your mind with empowering beliefs, eventually those beliefs will shape your actions, and those actions will shape your results. Wealth, in its rawest form, is just a reflection of the decisions you make over time. And those decisions are heavily influenced by how you think about the world and your place in it. If you don't believe that wealth is possible for you, you'll subconsciously sabotage every attempt to create it. But if you start to believe, really believe, that you have what it takes to build wealth, you'll start acting like it. And that's when the game changes. So ask yourself this: are you thinking like someone who's broke? Or are you thinking like someone who's building? Because the truth is, your mindset is either your most powerful weapon or your greatest liability. Shift it, train it, protect it. That's the first, non-negotiable step to building wealth from nothing. Step 2, learn high-income skills. Don't just work hard, work smart. The second untold truth about building wealth is this: effort alone is not enough. Hard work without strategy is just a treadmill. It'll keep you moving, but you won't get anywhere new. And that's exactly where most people get stuck. We've all been taught to glorify hustle. Work 9 to 5, pick up extra shifts, grind on weekends, and maybe, just maybe, you'll earn enough to survive. But let's face it, no one has ever worked their way to real wealth trading time for money at minimum wage. The reality is, working hard only works if you're working in the right direction and in the right vehicle. Enter high-income skills. These are skills that are in demand, solve real problems, and have the power to dramatically increase your earning potential without requiring a fancy degree or years of schooling. Think copywriting, digital marketing, sales, coding, web design, video editing, SEO. These skills aren't tied to a location or a company. They're tied to value. And value is what people pay for. When you build a high-income skill, you flip the equation. You stop begging for raises and start naming your price. You stop being a replaceable employee and become a sought-after expert. You stop living at the mercy of a paycheck and start creating your own economy. Now here's the best part. You don't need to master a dozen skills, just one. One that aligns with your interests, fits your natural strengths, and solves a problem people are already paying for. The internet is flooded with free and low-cost resources to learn anything. YouTube, Udemy, Skillshare, Coursera. These platforms have enough content to help you build a six-figure skill if you're willing to dedicate the time. And yes, it will take time. Maybe 3 months, maybe 6. But that's still faster than a 4-year degree that leaves most people broke and directionless. When you learn a high-income skill, you're not just increasing your income, you're buying back your time. You're creating options. You're building leverage. You might be thinking, but I don't have experience. Neither did anyone when they started. Every expert was once a beginner. The difference? They kept going. They practiced. They failed forward. And they got better until they became undeniable. Let's be clear. You cannot save your way to wealth on a low income. It's just not mathematically possible. If you want to change your life, you need to increase your income. And the fastest, most controllable way to do that is through a skill that turns time and knowledge into value, and value into cash. Once you have a high-income skill, you can freelance, you can consult, you can build a business, you can partner with others. The possibilities multiply. Suddenly, you're not limited by a single employer. You're not trapped in one industry. You're in control. And that's what wealth is really about. Control. Control over your time, your choices, your future. Learning a high-income skill is the bridge from struggle to freedom. But most people will never cross it because they're too busy working hard on the wrong things. Don't let that be you. Choose your skill. Study it daily. Practice it relentlessly. Use it to solve real problems. And soon enough, you'll find that money starts chasing you, not the other way around. Step 3. Leverage the power of compounding. Start investing early, even small amounts, now. Let's talk about one of the most powerful wealth-building tools known to mankind: compounding. The wealthy know this secret, and it's something most of us overlook until it's too late. It's not about how much money you make. It's about how much of it you keep and grow over time. Compounding is simple. The money you make starts making money for you, and the earlier you start, the more powerful it becomes. Imagine you invest just $100 a month. At first, that doesn't seem like much. But if you invest that $100 each month into an account that earns just 7% per all year, which is a conservative estimate based on the average return of the stock market, you'll have $13,000 after 10 years. Now that might not sound like a fortune, but here's the kicker. In 20 years, that same $100 a month grows to over $50,000. Keep it up for 30 years, and it could easily top $150,000. But here's the real magic. As you increase your contributions, or if you invest earlier, the growth accelerates exponentially. That's compounding at work. The longer your money is invested, the more time it has to grow, and the faster it grows. When you start investing early, even with small amounts, you give yourself the chance to ride that snowball effect. But most people fail to start, thinking they don't have enough money. They're waiting until they make more or get a better job. What they don't realize is that the most important factor in building wealth isn't having a lot of money. It's starting early. Waiting means missing out on years of growth. And with compounding, time is everything. Start small, but start now. The earlier you get your money working for you, the less you'll have to work for it later. This is the real secret behind how the wealthy accumulate wealth from nothing. They don't get lucky. They simply start early and stick with it. No magic, just the patience to allow compounding to do its thing. Even if you don't have much to invest today, get into the habit. Open a brokerage account, start a retirement account, or contribute to an index fund. It's the habit of saving and investing that matters most. That habit is what sets the wealthy apart from the middle class and poor. They invest early, they invest consistently, and they let compounding do the heavy lifting. It's simple, but it's often overlooked. When you invest small amounts over time, you unlock the full power of compounding, and it works best when you start before you think you're ready. Step 4. Build multiple streams of income. Don't rely on just one now. Let's get into the real game changer. The wealthy don't rely on a single paycheck. They don't even rely on a single business. Instead, they build multiple streams of income. This is one of the most powerful strategies to build wealth from nothing, and yet, it's something most people overlook. They're stuck in the trap of, I'll just work harder at my 9 to 5, hoping that their job alone will bring them wealth. But that's not the way to do it. Building wealth isn't just about earning money. It's about having money come from multiple places. Think about it. If you only have one source of income, then one mistake, one job loss, or one downturn in the economy can wipe you out. But if you have multiple sources of income, whether it's side businesses, investments, passive income streams, or even a portfolio of rental properties, suddenly you've built a safety net that protects you. You're no longer dependent on one paycheck, one customer, or one job. What's even better is that these multiple income streams don't have to be a full-time commitment. For example, you could start a side hustle in something you're passionate about, or something that doesn't require a lot of upfront capital. Dropshipping, affiliate marketing, or even selling products on platforms like Etsy or Amazon can generate income with a relatively low-time investment. You could also explore digital real estate, where you create websites that earn passive income from ads or affiliate links. The key is to diversify. The wealthy don't just build one source of income, they create several. Some are active, like businesses or freelance work, while others are passive, like investments, royalties, or dividends. When you can make money while you sleep, you're no longer trading your time for dollars. You're making your money work for you. And here's the truth. If you want to build wealth, especially from nothing, you can't afford to put all your eggs in one basket. The more income streams you have, the more resilient you are to life's inevitable ups and downs, and the more wealth you can accumulate, even in times of economic uncertainty. It's time to shift your thinking from the paycheck mindset to the wealth-building mindset. Start thinking about ways you can generate income outside of your primary job. Whether it's building a freelance business, investing in stocks that pay dividends, or even starting a blog that earns ad revenue. Building multiple streams of income will help you build long-term wealth faster. Step 5. Protect your wealth. Learn to manage risk and avoid debt. One of the hardest lessons in wealth building is this. It's not enough to just make money. You also need to protect it. The wealthy know that their wealth is not just about earning more, but about avoiding the things that can drain it. And the biggest wealth killer in today's world? Debt. Now let's be clear. Not all debt is bad. There's a big difference between good debt, like a mortgage or business loan that helps you generate more income, and bad debt, like credit card debt or payday loans that hold you back. But most people, especially those living paycheck to paycheck, get into trouble by using debt in ways that don't contribute to their wealth-building journey. Debt is like quicksand. It pulls you down and slows your progress. But the real kicker is that it doesn't just cost you money, it costs you time, energy, and opportunities. Every dollar you spend on paying interest is a dollar you could have invested, saved, or used to build another stream of income. That's why the wealthy avoid debt at all costs and focus on protecting their wealth. But managing risk is about more than just avoiding debt. It's also about insurance, diversification, and making sure your assets are protected from unexpected events. The wealthiest people invest in ways that reduce risk, whether that's through diversifying their investments, having an emergency fund, or making sure their properties are insured. To protect your wealth, you need to stop thinking like a consumer and start thinking like an investor. The key to long-term financial success isn't just how much you make, it's how much you keep. Avoiding high-interest debt, building emergency savings, and securing your assets should be as high a priority as earning income. Wealth isn't just about growing, it's about preserving. Now, pause for a moment, breathe, let everything you've heard settle in. Because if you've made it this far, I already know something about you. You're not like the rest. You're not just scrolling mindlessly, chasing distraction. You're searching for change, for answers, for a way out. And deep down, you know one truth. No one's coming to save you. Not the government, not your job, not some winning lottery ticket. It's you, just you. And that's powerful. That's where real wealth begins. You see, wealth isn't a bank balance. It's not about status symbols or six-figure salaries. Wealth is freedom. It's control over your time. It's the ability to choose your day, your future, your life. And the untold truth? You can build that freedom from absolutely nothing if you have the mindset, the habits, and the courage to start. So here's your moment. This is not just another video. It's a mirror, a line in the sand, a decision point. Are you going to go back to your old ways, to comfort, to excuses, to waiting? Or are you going to step into action today, right now? Start by picking just one habit from what you learned. Maybe it's mastering a high-income skill. Maybe it's finally tracking your spending. Maybe it's choosing to think differently about who you are and what you're capable of. You don't have to do it all overnight, but you do have to move. Because wealth doesn't come to the smartest, the fastest, or the luckiest. It comes to the most consistent, the most intentional. The ones who do the work even when no one's watching. And if you're serious about building real wealth, lasting wealth, then I want you to take the next step. Hit that subscribe button, because here, we don't just talk money. We build legacies. We shift mindsets. We rise together. Every video is a brick in your foundation. Every lesson is a step closer to the freedom you deserve. And one more thing, if you truly want to supercharge your journey, don't miss the next video. The power of compounding, how time turns pennies into millions. It's the secret weapon the wealthy use quietly, while the rest of the world sleeps on it. It will change the way you see time, money, and every dollar in your life. You're not too late. You're not too old. You're not too broke. You're just getting started. The truth is, you've always had the power. Now it's time to use it. Let's build, let's grow, let's win together.